Hi, welcome to One Word a Day. I'm Sophie, your pilot into the universe of Chinese. We are going to continue our flight in exploring one new Chinese expression a day. Yesterday, we talked about 欣然命比, which was popularized by Mao when he was pretext his own poem about ending a plague in 1958. 欣然命比 means happily or cheerfully I'm writing or I'm reporting to you. Okay. We have again 然 today. So in 4 days continuously, we have this adjective, or in this case, as a noun, paired with 然 to describe a state of being. Today we have 岿然不动. 岿 is a concept of mountain, but okay, in English we have mountain, we have hill, we have, wait, do we have any other? We have mode, different sizes of mountains. Okay, so here, Chinese use this specific vocabulary of lower elevation of mountains, but there are many of them. So it's kind of like a range of mountains, very zigzag looking. It's not high rising. It's not that tall, but it's a lot of them. It's massive. It's a crowd of mountains. Okay, so we have the mountain on the top that symbolizes something related to mountain. Okay, to natural terrain seen with this three spikes over there to show you, and also this triangle thing to show you the structure is mountain. There are ridges, so all these are the mountain tips connected on the base. And then the left side here, well, the bottom means return, and return made up of this footwork. It's actually the right foot. So this is the big toe, the second, the third toe, and this is the sole of the foot. So this is the right foot. And here, this symbol is kind of an arch, not exactly arch, but a cliff with the edge. So horizontal line connected with a vertical line, a longer vertical line to almost give you this visual of the ending of this platform, and then it's a drastic drop. So that's a cliff, and then this box shape on the side of it, almost like to give you the type of stones or the materials, the mountains, like it's kind of boulders to give you the sense of things are pretty rugged over there and you have to scale up. It's definitely not. Well, I guess in the path there is not exactly traffic like by car traveling, right? So it's not exactly hikeable even. It's not easy to walk on. You have to use your hand to walk on to kind of climb up. So this is visual blocker to represent such a landscape. And with a foot, it's like stop right there. And the whole thing, it means the foot stop in front of such a non-walkable landscape. That gives you a visual sense of you have to stop right there because it's not walkable unless you use your hand and you have good enough upper body and good enough coordination, then you can rock climb up. Otherwise, as a layperson untrained, you probably won't be able to make it to go vertically up as steep as that. So that's a visual stopper, the foot right there. The right side is a hand symbol. 3-finger right hand symbol look like that, right? This is that 3-toe foot and the 3-finger hand united in this one frame. And the bottom is sort of like a duster. So it's made of feathers or something drapey that you can dust off surface. So handheld duster, that symbolizes domestic housework, house cleaning. So domestic work, basically. And stop, domestic work, together is return. Can you figure what that is? That actually means a daughter, a grown woman, somebody's daughter, then got married. And this married into another household, transitioning of her from her original family to new family. That's regarded as return. Return her to her destination, which is the new family, the husband's side of the family, which she is destined to do the house cleaning, the dusting. And that's where she stopped her footstep. That's the end of her life's journey at another man's house. And that's considered return. Okay, no social comment. That's what happened, what structured in the language to capture the social meaning of woman's destiny. Like you are regarded as returning to your where you belong, which is another household. And this is what you do every day. Okay. 燃, again, this fire, this dog, this meat pieced together, this energy, this vibe, and eventually that 燃, instead of like a burning energy vibe, it becomes even more abstract. It becomes a description, like give you a sense of something like that. So I guess everything can be boiled down to a kind of energy, right? So therefore we can compare energy to energy, and therefore we can compare between things. And this 燃, this starting from this burning dog meat symbol, then becomes the comparison, like giving you a certain description or visual comparison, something like something, right? So this is mountain like. So mountain like a mountain. In English, we have isk, right? It's something like something. So that isk is kind of behaving or looking like something. So here is mountain like behaving or looking like mountain. And 不动, 不 is bird going upward. This guy I repeated word so many times. It's probably the most repeated word character to make up meaning, because oftentimes we cannot express in a positive way. We have to say it in a negative way to emphasize. In this case, it's not move, which is standing still, right? So instead of saying stand still, we say not move. And this negation is this bird flying upward toward the sky, refusing to come down and saying no to earth. That's poetic way or no origin. Okay, not move. Move, left and right structure. The left means heavy. The right means power. This heaviness come from, okay, this tree symbol. This structurally is a little bit complicated. Bear with me. So this trident, upward turning convex shape, connected in this vertical line to this concave shape. That's the tree symbol. Okay. And then we have this oval shape with horizontal line. That's the sun symbol. The sun behind the tree. That means the sun just rise. It's not even on top of the tree yet. It's still kind of close to the horizon. That means the east. That's how when you see the sun just rise from the east, that's how things look. Sun behind the tree, right? And then we have a person, side view person hunching forward. And then there is like a connected all the way through the tree, through the moon, through the sun, through the tree trunk, all the way to underground. So this two horizontal lines connected through this vertical line is a soil symbol, because the first line is a ground level. The second line below ground level, that signifies it's soil level, right? It's soil over there. So I have this person standing on top of soil at the moment of the sun just beaming behind the tree. Can you imagine that moment? That's almost like farmers getting up really early when the sun just rises at the dawn, they are already toiling over the soil. And that was considered heavy. And you can imagine that's kind of heavy labor, isn't it? Like in today, we get up, go to work in the comfort of our car or home office or office. It's super comfortable in comparison to who has to get up that early. And by the time the sun just rises above the horizon still behind the tree, that person already working on top of the soil. And that's the concept of heavy. I guess probably the person stand on top of soil, make the soil feel heavy, or to the person, it feels like a heavy burden just carries through life because you have to do that every day. Okay, that's heavy. The right side is a farming tool. I visually check, probably looks like a rake, a plow, something to loosen the soil, the surface of the soil. And it's one commonly used farming tool because you have to use muscle power to pull this plow through the soil. And so that symbolizes eventually muscle power and symbolize power. Just physical power, okay, not political power, physical power. Physical power plus heaviness. Somewhat it becomes move, those things in motion. So you have muscle power, right? And then you have the sense of heaviness. Is it kind of like a physics when something, you have power, but you have to give it initial momentum as if it's heavily hit or something, and then things start to go moving, right? So from status, but you have the power, but you're not necessarily move. But once you're energized somehow with this heaviness, and then you have that momentum to move. I don't know. That's how Chinese character construct the sense of moving. Okay, so mountain like not move. I guess you can tell this means 岿然不动 in Chinese means you remain as still as mountain. Chinese like to describe human behavior with natural phenomenon. I mean, just like in English, right? Sometimes we have to make comparisons of humans as part of nature. We want to compare ourselves behaviorally as if we're part of some natural phenomenon, right? To describe ourselves, like fast as wind or something like that, right? So 岿然不动 here is describing how immobile, how not moving, 不动. Is there's no such momentum, there's no moving in any of the directions, and as if they are such ranges of mountains that are not high elevation, but there are multitudes of them. So I visually try to find a picture of such 岿然, how 岿然 would look like. This is the closest I can find. And I think that 岿然, why this mountain paired with return means multitudes of mountains, not in high elevation. I'm thinking probably in the formation of the landscape or how the Earth's surface forms, right? When the continents clash and then big mountains rise. At the beginning, like a Himalaya, right? That's two big panels of continents run into each other and then come up with that ridge, that's super high ground. And that is at the beginning momentum, initial, and probably took years to go that high and stay high for years. Like in terms of human scale, like we view it as it's immobile, it's look like that, but take years to stay like that or form into like that. And the 岿然 are this smaller scale mountains, almost like mountains this crumbled, this big ridge of mountain over the years through nature's more softer forces like the wind, the sun, right? Deteriorate such landscape, make it into smaller ranges, not high elevation anymore because the wind chop them off. So lower elevation, but there are still multitudes of them. And that, or like a mountain's rippling effect, like they're crumbling down gradually, and in the state of being of still multitudes of them, still like a mountain, but they are not high elevation anymore. There are still a lot of them, and to humans' lifespan, they are immobile. And to humans' force, they are immobile. We cannot move. Even if they're lower elevation, still they are immobile. To us, they are a fixture in nature. But I mean, over, I don't know, it's probably millions of years time scale. That's the process of how they're forming. So for Chinese, in Chinese language, it's captured as 岿然, as such depicted of range of mountains. They are immobile. And humans, we stay still as if we are part of that mountain range scene, that we don't go anywhere. We stay there as a fixture, as a background for something else going on. Okay, that's 岿然不动. Cash intelligence and thinking about one more day.